T-minus 5, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Hey!
Hello.
Jackie's frozen up.
I'm frozen.
And you just froze there, Jackie. Like that.
She's back
What's
now.
the next video then?
I'm
Come on,
back.
I'm waiting.
This show wouldn't be the same without live show, would it? I mean, come on. It's live.
What was I frozen? I'm all right now, aren't I?
You just frozen like this.
Yeah.
Well, my camera's doing earlier on, so perhaps it's just StreamYard. But right, anyway.
You
Hi,
see
everyone.
Jamie's comment. I'm here to see Bernie the Great. I'm
Yes.
Are we good enough?
Bernie.
He's currently having a few technical. Oh no, he was having a few technical problems, but he's not having technical problems anymore. Well done, Bernie. Well done. Oh God. Right. Okay. Right. So Right, so let's kill that banner. Lose that. The banner's all gone now. Right, there you go. Okay, so let's first of all see. Kev may be in later on. He might join us. He's actually on the move at the moment. So he's having technical issues on his own called traffic jam. Right. Okay. Let's see who's in the chat. We have got Dave Cullen. We have Captain Kirk. Beat me up, Skirt.
Dave and Claude.
We have Jack. What?
Dave and Claude. Claude the cat is watching with Dave.
Oh right. Oh, okay.
You said Jack the Ripper.
No, Claude the cat.
The cat Claude. Claude the cat.
Yeah.
How do you know that, Jackie? Can you see inside David's house?
No.
You know I do with that. Chuck says not first, but here. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you as well, Chuck. Well, Sunday's nearly over for me, and even more so in Spain. So there we are.
Yeah.
But
It's
right,
White
we got
Sunday in Idaho.
Technique FPV second.
Technique.
Suzanne's there. George Kelly's there. And Flying Fin Media is there. Stevie Knowles and Quackers.
Quackers.
And Eye in the Sky Drone. There you go. And Jim Forley. Evening, everyone in Scotland checking in. Hi, Jim.
Bye, guys. Hey, up.
I got that for you. He's not on my list yet. Your list is above mine. Brian, loved the FPL butterfly video. Very good indeed. John Olsen here.
John?
And oh, Gerard is here. What's going on? Gerard is here. And Keith Fuller's here. Anyone else?
Stephen, Flyby guys. Rick's in.
He's on that list somewhere. Oh, and Caroline's in the house.
Sweet
Caroline.
It's a must. You got to do it.
We really must get the timing right on that. We're going to work on it. And Robert's in. Lynn Sweat, how you doing?
Hey.
Robert.
Lower in Scotland. That's two in Scotland. And Dave's in Scotland. I think you're surprised that. Paul's here.
Excellent.
Good grief, this list is getting longer and longer. Why not?
Right.
Good. Jeannie with
Jeannie.
Jeannie. I was going to say Jeannie with
Right,
something like I was just stalling the line, so I won't try to singing it. Laurie's here. Aero Snapper's here. Aero Snapper.
Yeah.
I see my cousin Dre.
Excellent.
Good grief. Mark R. White. R. White.
Mark, my name's
Those who don't know, there's an advert. Okay. Graham Wright's here. Right.
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 And Stephen Sutton. I finally got to the end. Getting near the end. I must be getting near there. And Rick's here. Here he is. And
Hiya, Rick.
grief.
Facebook users here.
Jack Rabbit FPV.
That's Scott.
Scott put some comments on earlier on saying he was first in the list, but for some reason it vanished.
Okay,
right.
okay, Steve, we got to stop right there for a second.
I will.
Scott is the one that puts together the Faces of the Drone community.
Oh,
We need to tell him what you. I just sent it to this crew so they can see it.
Made my day.
We're famous. If you want to
I
know,
love it, Scott. I think it's brilliant. I don't like my blue rinse, though.
They loved it, Scott. If you couldn't tell, they loved it.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Fabulous.
Yeah, thank you for putting us on the list.
Use the hi, Steve, Terry, Marcus, and Jackie. I don't know who Facebook user is, but welcome anyway.
Hello.
We got
Right.
no.
Raymond's here. And I think that's it. I think we're there. Right, so.
We are.
Okay, well.
If we missed you, we're sorry.
And we still love you.
Yeah, that's right.
And if I did miss you, put it down the list. Put there. You missed
What?
me. Okay.
What are you doing up there anyway?
I've taken
It's
over.
good there.
That Rabbit FPV,
No.
you can have an autograph. My pleasure. I don't charge much. We'll discuss it on the day. Right, okay. So,
Did anybody see that video of the drone following up the Formula One?
Oh my God, yes.
I've been sent the
Oh,
link, but I still haven't got around to watching it.
Is
it good?
Oh,
Okay.
wonderful. Very, very good.
Unbelievable.
oh, yes, I did see it. Yes, I did.
Yeah,
Actually,
wow.
the drone actually beat the car, didn't it?
Excellent.
Did anybody see the video of that new British-made drone? I was going to ask Steve if he could pick one up. The problem is it's actually for the British military, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but interestingly enough, it's made by a company.
Importing it.
It's made by a company called Flyby Incorporated. So I'm wondering if Stephen Sutton.
Stephen.
Yeah, see.
Stephen, you can't make drones for the military ahead of my bathtub drone. Come on.
You start off with a bathtub drone, now you're making military. What is that all about, Stephen?
Yeah.
We're going to have
I don't
serious
give my
work.
signature a spot. Which drone do you mean, Marcus? Because there's one now for the Royal Air Force.
I'll send you guys the link.
Yeah. But this new one for the RAF.
Yeah,
it's a huge, stable platform.
Yeah, this is an RAF drone.
Yeah.
Right, Chris is in there. Hi, Chris, how you doing? Right,
Hey.
okay. Right, guest
Hey.
time, you thinks? Guest time. Can I find a video for the guest? Oh, yeah.
Let's welcome this week's Drone Seekers live show special guest.
Quiet.
Okay.
Bernie.
Hey, there I am. Hi, everybody.
Hiya,
Hey.
Bernie.
Listen, I assure you, Bernie could chase a Formula One car with one of his drones. He could do it.
Definitely.
I would love to try.
Yeah.
Yeah. I chased a go-kart. It beat me.
It's not the same.
Nearly the same.
It beat me.
Well, one thing's got in common, it's got an engine and four wheels and a steering wheel. That's
Yeah.
about where it ends, I suppose.
Did you happen to see that video, Bernie, of the company? They put together a drone to be able to chase a Formula One car, and it had
I
to go,
I saw parts of it,
yeah. Okay,
and
so that's clear.
I think it beat it in the quarter mile height. And it chased it a little bit on a rainy day.
That's right.
This thing
yeah. That was-
has a peculiar look to it. Something with like 4 propellers. Actually, I think Red Bull has done something with this about 10 years ago with something that looked just like this.
Okay.
But this is new and exciting.
But Bernie, you're an FPV guy, so literally that thing had to be pitched at 90 degrees, didn't it, to achieve those kind of speeds?
Close to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To go,
Wow.
that fast.
Yeah.
And the camera, I heard, had an adjustment so that he could take off and sort of see, and then as he picked up speed, he could tip his camera upward.
Oh, wow.
Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense. Because obviously to reach that speed, I mean, I don't know how long it took to reach that speed, but it still has to take time to reach it, doesn't it?
Right. Yeah, I'm having a little problem with audio. It is kind of quiet on your end, and I got an echo, and I don't know if there's something I can do to fix that. But so I'm listening intently, and I can hear me really good, but I have an echo.
We're hearing you perfectly, Bernie.
Yeah, we can't hear an echo.
Good, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm getting older.
Echo.
Getting older.
Well, I can still see.
Every day we're getting older. 107 drones. How you doing?
Hey, Buckley.
Alan,
Oh, and it was Alan was the Facebook user.
Hey, so Bernie, are you doing any commercial work with your FPV drones at all?
I have not. Well, actually, I've done some very small gigs. I am not 107, but I fly under someone else's 107.
Right.
He's there. It's good. A lot of people think I'm kind of up in the industry when I'm just a casual kind of flyer, but I have a little bit of talent, and so and I don't charge very much, so that's why my phone rings. And but I need a 107 on the project, especially if there's any money involved.
Right.
Is that you still planning on doing 107 then, Bernie?
I don't have an interest. I do construction for a living, and I just I think it would take the fun out of it.
Right.
So if I have a small gig, something insignificant, and plus it takes money to make money, you need better drones. And the stuff that I have is how do you say, they're good consumer drones, but they're not good commercial drones.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm right at the top of the how do you say the sport flyer.
Yeah, but I'm guessing,
I don't even. It all depends. Music videos and some commercials, they don't require big drones with big cameras.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you got someone like I think it's Paul Morton. I mean, is it Paul or someone? He does all these videos. He does commercial videos where he's flying into like I don't know, hotels and what have you.
Yeah.
And it's using FPV. So
I think one of the points of this whole thing is that drones, particularly FPV drones, have changed the face of cinematography forever. I mean, this deal we saw with this Formula One car, that's just a little tiny bit of it. The kind of things that we're seeing done in movies and TV and commercials, like you said, it's just astounding. And the FPV drones are really what's bringing that about.
Yeah.
FPV gives a different perspective than the drones that are hover drones. Nothing wrong with them, but it's just a different tool. I think one thing that is very, very interesting is that you can get a presentation where you're up high, you come down and swoop into whatever your subject is, and your DJI drone can do it, but it struggles. And the one thing that the FPV drones can't do, they can't do a hyperlapse, they can't do a time lapse, they really can't hover.
it's horses for courses, though, isn't it? I mean, and the thing is, when you see, the difference in videos, Bernie, you're talking about. I mean, the FPV footage is just fast and furious and daring, whereas with your normal sort of DJI, sort of say DJI drone, any drone for that matter, which has been used just as a camera, it's just cinematic, isn't it? It's talk and cheese to me.
Right,
I mean, it's all drone flying, but it's
my style of flying is pretty smooth. I don't do flips. I have done a couple loops and a couple barrel rolls, kind of things like that. But for the most part, I'm trying to do an FPV cinematic kind of presentation. So it has kind of a very smooth and flowish kind of thing to it.
I really liked the one you did recently of the graffiti buildings in LA.
Oh, I didn't look recently. I've probably under 1,000 views for the videos, and I posted 2 videos. One that was edited,
Yeah.
and then one that was more edited.
Yeah.
And I think I sent Steve 6 videos, and one of those is in there that I did a little bit of editing on, and I think Jackie has seen it with the stop motion. I think that was kind of a neat thing, and I was inspired by somebody I saw on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram as well. It's really cool, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah. There's some neat stuff out there. I'm influenced by a lot of stuff I see. So I got to try that.
You get ideas from, isn't it?
Right. And maybe I can inspire others.
Want to recreate it.
You timed it perfectly, Bert, because I'll tell you what, we'll show you just like a video now, shall we?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve.
That was good.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So are those buildings, are they just abandoned and not completed, or?
Yes, and it's a Chinese construction firm or Chinese-backed construction firm, and they went bankrupt in 2019, and they had a security detail watching the buildings for a few years, and they stopped paying the security company, and so they no more security. The taggers got word of that, and in about a period of a month, they just took off. They just went in there and graffitied everything. You can Google it, LA graffitied buildings, and they'll fill you in with all the details.
That's truly art. I believe it to be art. It's an art installation. Really.
It is. I believe it to be art, and it costs money for them to do it. For one of those windows could cost $100 in paint.
Right.
Yeah, maybe something like that. But it costs money. And some of it is very artistic, but it's still vandalism. It's pretty, but it's vandalism. It isn't tagging like somebody doing XYZ on the side of a building with one color and awfully running. But and the funny thing is, depending on when you went to film it, the art changes. People paint over other pieces of work and put their own there.
You didn't have to sort of paint it all white first to get just paint the canvas first, and then we go again.
A nice tidbit, though. I went there on an early Super Bowl Sunday morning, so it was going to be relatively quiet, and I was looking for a vantage point, and the only good one was a parking lot across the street. Well, there's a couple police cars there, and I didn't know how they're going to take it, but we parked. I walked straight up to them, go, "Hi, my name is Bernie. I fly drones. We want to film these buildings." And they said, "Okay."
Brilliant.
And so I was like, I took off in between 2 police cars. I felt very protected. And it's not the best neighborhood. If you're flying with goggles on, you definitely need a spotter. But I had 2 police cars, which was
Excellent.
that was pretty cool.
GoPro on the ground filming you and them. That would have been cool.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think of that. But that was
B-roll.
so the anxiety of should I be here? Are they going to say anything, or do I have to look over my shoulder because somebody might want my gear? Was all taken away. I could concentrate just on flying.
Yeah, that's good.
But I did have a 107 with me.
You
Brilliant.
see what Jeannie said?
Bernie's
No.
bodyguards.
What?
Bodyguards,
Put
yeah.
it up on the screen, Steve.
I can't even see
Very
it.
last
Very
one.
well, very well.
Oh yeah, bodyguards. Yeah, that was pretty cool. No pictures, but I remember it vividly, and it was that was pretty neat.
She just said, by the way, can you just open your windows while I want to fly right through them? Both the cars then up.
Yeah, I should have, but didn't.
Should have, could have, would have.
Just have to go back, Bernie,
Yeah.
and do it again. Just
Do it
make
again.
sure. Did you get their numbers? Do they have numbers? I'm taking the officers have numbers, do they?
I'm not. It's hard to hear.
The officers, do they actually have numbers like in the UK?
On their uniforms.
So that number, just ring the station up saying, can you send them 2 officers down?
Yeah, I want to fly.
They've got badge numbers, Steve, but it's not anything on their
Badge
uniform.
number.
No.
Yeah,
But it was pretty. It was pretty neat though.
I've had officers have it on their, don't they have it on the lapel? So I was like, no one goes to some Seaman, really. But oh yes,
And our friend Jerry, when he was a Bobby, his number was number 1. Number 1 in our book.
Kept it next to my spear.
I think it was 6. At least I think it was 16 actually. But I think it was 6. Was it
I'm trying to
M6?
find my collar number. Oh, I've lost it. 1745. I was
17. Of the 1745.
1745.
Right.
Jacobite Rebellion.
Right. Okay. So time for another video, I think. Okay. So I've picked these totally random, Bernie. So this one is Mulholland Cascades.
Oh yeah, that's where we get our water.
Oh.
That should be a water slide, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
If you've ever seen the movie Mulholland Falls, you will see that in that movie.
Oh yeah,
But I don't say that.
that's where we get our water.
Right.
Los Angeles gets a lot of water from that.
So where does it? So it comes from a reservoir further back. How long is that then, Bernie? Is it quite long?
There's stuff that's underground. There's stuff that's the aqueduct, which goes through the desert, and I think there's something about 240 miles of assorted water transport, trough or pipes or something like that.
So what? Just out of interest, why is some of it open though? Why is it open as opposed to piped?
I don't know. Up in Jawbone, which is an hour and a half from here, there's pipes way north of Los Angeles, and I've flown those too. They're enclosed.
Let's
on top of
just say
hills.
this. California's water system is complicated, and no, seriously, it is. You got plenty of water right now because the Sierras are getting inundated. However, at times water is an issue in California.
Right. Right now, I think we're actually. I have to find out what our drought situation is like. We got a lot of water, but I don't know what our drought situation is like.
Then the Sierras are getting just packed with record snow again, Bernie. I'm sure you're going to be in
You've
good
got
shape.
snow, haven't you, in a minute?
Yeah, in fact, I woke up into snow this morning. We're covered in snow this morning. Yeah.
So thank you
wind and
where you are,
dust.
Marcus. You don't get droughts and you don't get hose pipe bans and whatever.
Idaho is different. We've got a huge underwater aquifer. They do get droughts, but we're still very dependent on the snowpack in the mountains. And in the western United States, it's all about snowpack, and that's where all our water comes from.
Well, take it in Spain when they have the snow wells. Was that something to do with water then, Jay? No,
I don't know.
It's more to do with ice preservation.
Oh, okay. I often wonder what them snow wells are all about. I've seen them.
Yeah, they're up in the Sierra.
I hope to go out before this winter season is over to capture some snow. I'm a good 2 hours away from any real snow, so it's a trek.
We've got a little bit.
Well, you're bummed further that way from snow.
Dre is making a good point in the chat here. He's talking about how the Central Valley used to be just one big lake, and it's kind of similar here. Lake Bonneville was huge. What's all those rocks you see down in the Snake River Canyon? Those are from when Lake Bonneville burst 12,000 years ago, and all those rocks came down. If you look in the Eastern Oregon, all of Eastern Oregon used to be a big lake. So that's just kind of our history with, with the glaciers and all that.
Well, I mean, it's an interesting subject. I mean, just how people get water. I mean, some places are obviously, like even in the UK, as small as it is, there are areas that get more rainfall. I think we're actually in the East Anglia, but I think we're getting all the rainfall for the whole world. Because it's just nothing but rain every day.
And the UK's just had the wettest February for something like 44 years.
It has, yeah.
So I realize this is a drone show. It's not a water show, but I'm curious in the UK. So your water comes from reservoirs then? Do they do off-stream storage and save up the water? And
basically, we rely on the rain filling the reservoirs up. And the thing is, the reservoirs are only so big. So obviously, you get the reservoirs, they drain the water off it. And if you don't get any rain for a few days or a few weeks, then that's it. It's game over. We've got no water. There's not enough
pipe bans.
In my opinion, there's not enough reservoirs. There we are. But
can I ask Jackie a question?
Yeah.
Shoot.
What are you flying now?
I've still got my Platinum. I've got my Avata, and I've now got a Mini 4 Pro as well.
4 Pro.
And are you flying the Avata in manual?
Nope.
No.
I had to go at Caroline's in manual, and I have a whole new respect for how flipping different it is.
This is what Jackie uses.
Yeah, I've got a motion controller.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
I think that's next for you.
What, a bit more?
You don't have to do the flips, and you don't have to do the bando things going through tight gaps and power loops and all that. But I think that flying in manual is the easiest definition would be it's like a roller coaster minus the tracks, so you can go up and over things. And if you've ever flown an airplane, you know what it feels like to be light. Your mind puts that in your head, and you can feel that. And like when you pull out, you can feel the heaviness. And it's just like flying like a bird minus the tracks. You do very good.
Cessna, so.
What I want to say, Bernie, is when FPV flight, I've seen where you literally just looks like the drone is literally falling.
Yeah, like that one.
Yes.
Vertically down. So
that's the Marcus.
Is it more or less just like, I mean, obviously there's no power. You're not.
No power.
Power to it.
No power.
The drone is falling, isn't it? Basically.
The drone has a gyro on it. It'll keep it where you left it. So if you left it pointing down, it'll stay pointing down until you undo that. And now,
Jim, it was hard.
Now in that video that you saw with the graffiti buildings, I tried to take the DJI FP up there, and I was geofenced. It allowed me to go about halfway up and stop me. I went back into the settings and tried it again. It went up a little higher, stopped me. And the very last time I was able to go all the way to the top, I thought I was going to be able to dive over and fall, but it stopped me. So the shot that you see was just the closing shot was just as it cut and stopped me.
Graceful falling, Bernie, Jim
Very
says.
graceful.
Hey, Jackie, to add to what Bernie just said, our friend Johnny Drone Flyer has been flying his
I know he's been
manual mode.
practicing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if he can do it, that's just what I'm trying to say. If Johnny can do it,
Rick says his manual flying without the goggles. Yeah.
She keeps her eyes closed.
Without the GPS.
Yeah. It might as well be because you just close your eyes and hope for the best.
remember that oh shit button.
Yeah.
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 Well, I should be flying about 3 miles away from her when she does.
Hey, I've seen you fly manual, Terry. I haven't seen you return manual, but I've seen you fly.
Oh, yeah, we watched that. We'll have to
Yes.
dig that video out sometime.
Oh, it wasn't my fault, though, was it?
Terry's last attempt at flying manual.
It's
He did-
epic.
Well, he did it.
It wasn't my fault, though.
After about 3 or 4 hours, it ended very well. About it.
It was a really good manual search.
Oh, it was just brilliant.
I'm charging batteries. I'm going to fly after the show. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going to go fly someplace. Maybe have a video up by 11 this evening.
Well, we'll see this.
You guys can see it tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, I'll see it tomorrow. Yeah. Okay.
I'll be
video
like
time.
Forrest Gump there, Jim.
Yeah. Run, Terry.
Run, Jerry, run.
Right. This is McCoy Cross in January.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yes. Ooh.
Oh, look at that little beastie.
Yeah, so that flight right there at the McCoy Cross was flown in manual, and I flew it smoothly.
As I say, it's ever
No flips, no dives, but it's
I mean,
it's
do you
a
prefer
great mode to fly in.
you prefer to fly in manual then, Bernie? I mean, is it because if you start going back into automatic, it sort of like defeats what you're doing anyway? I mean, you've been flying manual now for what? It must be 3 years, is it? Or 3
Yeah,
years?
something like that. 2 years, 3 years. For proximity, this will fly in manual as well, but proximity very close, it's difficult. So with proximity flying, I would fly in an angle mode for anything close.
So I'm taking when you're flying to get it smooth, I mean, it must be a real challenge when you're flying in manual mode to actually keep it looking smooth. Because that to me looked like it was flying like an Avata flying in,
In manual, you can lean it forward, give it appropriate throttle, and it'll keep you going straight. You could literally take your hands off the sticks.
When
And
Caroline let me have a go on hers, I was overcorrecting all the time, and it was just like I was just fighting it all the time. Just couldn't get it steady. But I guess
Some
that
peop-
comes from practice.
Some people like their sticks really active, very sensitive. I like mine kind of dumbed down a little bit, and so it helps it be smoother. So if I want to flip, I really have to move the stick over. But I don't do that, so
I think it's all adjustable, though, Bernie, isn't it? I mean,
it's adjustable.
yeah.
Bernie, can you describe the difference? You mentioned angle mode. Can you describe the difference between angle mode and full manual?
Angle mode will stop you from see right here. Angle mode, you could put your stick all the way over, and that's as far as you go. But you can adjust this in settings too. But wherever your settings are, you go full stick over, it goes like that. That's it. You let go of the stick, it goes back to this. You go forward, full stick forward, let go, it goes back like this. It'll coast. There's no GPS.
Right.
It's going to hold it. If your throttle isn't set, in the middle, it'll drop or it'll go up. So you have to be.
All right. Send me that one, Bernie. That one sounds good. I like that.
Well, angle mode. So
what?
Angle mode is something that you can set on any FPV drone, right? I mean, it's all in settings.
Yes.
Is it just like ATI mode? If you when you're flying the drone, if you lose GPS,
it's not like
these.
ATI mode.
No GPS.
No, but is it? So you're saying it won't keep altitude, will it? If you let
No, it's not ATI mode. Steve.
No.
No.
It's dependent where, even in a angle mode, if you wherever your throttle stick is, if it's low, your drone is going down. If your throttle's up, it'll go up.
Right.
Wouldn't that change though with wind speed though? Surely.
Yes, everything changes. So the faster you go like this, you're leaned pretty good, and you're coming up to something you want to go over, and you give it a lot more up, like throttle. Your thrust trajectory is like this way. It's not not effective. You have to actually pull it back a little bit and give it throttle in order to go up.
Ah, right.
Yeah. So your thrust is here. You need more thrust to keep it. That racing drone that raced the F1 car, he was like this. You can't be like this. You would end up going down.
Yeah.
But he's slightly.
It's got quite an acute angle on it though. It's got to be more than 45 degrees, about 60 degrees.
The racing drone,
Yeah.
the F1, he was like this.
Wow.
Yeah, he was probably 70 degrees. Or
He's hauling like that.
yeah.
That's more like the right angle.
So the same throttle this way, you'll go up. The same throttle this way, as you're moving, you'll start going down just because of your thrust angle. So it's a combination of two. Give it a little more throttle and tip it back, and you're fine. You get used to it. I would say a simulator is your best tool to learn how to fly in manual. I used to do it. My son worked at a hobby store, and I'd visit him on Sundays and stay there for a couple hours. And while he's tending to customers, I would sit on the simulator and play and manual, and then I'd go fly later. And it seemed very fitting. I was just replicating what I did at the store.
That's it.
So and you do all your crashes at the store. And
right.
Yeah.
Right. Crashes at the store.
Yeah.
So at the store, I could fly very aggressive, but when I'm flying out, I'm more conservative because I want to take this home with me in one piece.
Right.
Keith says, what simulators do you advise?
I think there's Velocidrone is a very good one. And I believe DJI has one for their, like the DJI FPV.
Yeah.
I tried that on my mobile phone, but it wasn't great on that. But
No,
I didn't
maybe on the computer.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to plug your radio in as well, I think. I don't know if it works with the stick.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't try.
Yes, yeah,
but it's a lot of fun. I mean, there's people there's a field that I fly at and practice at all the time, and you probably have seen it in my old videos. I'll post something. We had a big storm and flooded like everything. We're cleaning the place up, but a lot of people come. I've built structures out there. I have a cube, a pyramid, and a upside down ladder.
Yeah.
And the FPV guys use it to do all kinds of stuff, and I'm just amazed. It was kind of like one of those build it and they will come, and I can just sit there with my arms crossed and just be totally entertained. And I go home in one piece.
As Jim says, put your goggles on and use your controller. That's it.
What was the last comment?
Jim just said, "Yeah, put your goggles on and use your controller." I think he's actually talking about the simulators, Jack.
Simulator,
Yeah.
Oh no, I think you'd watch it on the screen, but I'm not. I didn't. I haven't used that particular flight simulator. The one I used was very elementary. I think it was Real Flight, and that's very elementary. But it was good enough for me to learn.
I mean, when I made the mistake with the simulator because because I didn't read the manual. Obviously, with manual, the throttle is under the spring and the throttle is down, isn't it? It's right down, and obviously you lift it up to power up.
You have to take the spring out of the controller.
Exactly.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And that's what I was doing wrong. Why does it keep crashing? Why does it keep crashing? And that's why I was sort of taking off at half power.
Oh.
Then you learn your lesson. Right.
So with the DJI FPV, you can't fly a manual unless you release the spring on the throttle stick.
Oh, really?
But now you're responsible for your elevation. If your stick is way down, you're going down. If stick is up, you're going up.
Yeah.
You have to.
So basically, keep
You
the stick up.
you still have the oh shit button. That's
Yes.
the thing about the DJI FPV that you can still.
I think that does that. Right, so that puts it back into auto mode. Is that
It
right?
just hovers.
It does. It actually puts you in sport mode, and it'll hover you.
Right.
And it's amazing. You could do a power loop, be completely upside down, way up there, and hit the oh shit button, big, and it does the most graceful save.
Wow.
It doesn't look. It looks like a very experienced pilot just took over and saved your butt.
that's what I need.
That button is a lifesaver. Right.
yes.
Okay.
And I think there's another. I'm not sure. I have to look at it. The DJI has you touch a button 2 times and it turns everything off. You have to be careful not to touch that while you're flying.
I've done that with my Varta. It's what does it do? Right, if you're trying to land and you press that button, I think it's 4 times. It just
down 4 times.
The drone drops.
Don't be doing that.
Well, I got a bit impatient. Why is it not doing it? And then
There you go.
I hit it 5 times just for luck.
You wonder why I don't fly near Jackie?
There you go, Terry. Smart man.
Oh, absolutely.
But
we have some
Try
fun,
the
don't
other
we?
way up 5 times. See what happens.
You're probably going to see another video with graffiti. Oh, wait a minute. Did you the Topanga Fire Lookout? Did you already? We didn't see that, or
Nope. We've got that coming up right now.
okay. I flew the Mavic 2 Zoom, and the right drone for the right project. FPV would have looked cool, but I would want to have been there closer, like I would fly from it.
Yeah.
But I flew the Mavic a mile to get to it, and then filmed it, and then left.
You wouldn't do that with FPV.
So I didn't have to hike it. But what I was getting at, the right drone for the right
Job.
subject.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can use both, the FPV and the and a hover drone,
mix
to give you a combination of stuff.
Yeah.
And then make it one step better, you could add ground shots, which really
I like to do that.
put everything together. And then one more thing, you can commentate, narrate, like Jeannie's been doing.
Jeannie does,
Yeah.
And
She does really good.
Elsa does that.
She's become a natural. And she does a little segment with some music and drone stuff. But I think her narration is taking her to the next level.
Yeah.
I don't feel that comfortable in front of the camera.
Marcus is the best in front of the camera as well.
Yeah, congratulations, Mark.
Thank you.
You got like 30,000 subscribers now.
Closing in on 25.
Oh,
Me.
congratulations!
Yeah, thank you. I went flying. In fact, yesterday, Tanya and I went flying before the snow. We're covered in snow today, but we went out and did a little flying, and Tanya helped me do a little bit of the narrating.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Right.
And your narrating is much better now too. You've been doing this for a while.
That is exactly right. You know, it's like all of us. You go back and look at your early videos and you cringe, right? and then anyway, we all mature.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's right. You put in a lot of work in it, and
Indeed,
and it
Thank
shows.
you, Bernie. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Right, Topanga. Is it Topanga?
Topanga.
Topanga. Okay.
This used to be a fire lookout.
All right, go.
Stunning.
Thank you.
Oh, that was amazing.
That was superb.
Jackie's in the chat and asked the question.
Yeah. Where did you get your music from?
Oh, I like that one, Bernie.
Oh yeah. Wow.
It's lit up.
This is a 7-inch drone, and it is very spectator friendly. So my son has lights on his, and we fly together. He tries to fly behind me and chase me. And if you do it at dusk, it really it lights up like a UFO. And
like,
I've never got any bad response.
Shelby.
Everybody just goes, "Wow, that's so neat."
Yeah.
It's like Shelby and
And you can see it for a mile.
They do that, don't they?
Very entertaining.
So I'm taking their LEDs on there.
Yeah.
Is it an LED? Are they sort of single LEDs? Or are they just like a? Can't really see.
Very bright.
It looks almost neon, doesn't it?
Didn't you do something like that, Steve?
Yeah. It didn't last long though, Mark, because what happened when I crashed it, the battery went flying somewhere, and I went up there the next day looking for the battery. I found the actual casing, but
There's no being sneaky with this, though.
No. I see you coming a mile away.
No,
Yeah. Drones are fun.
They are.
They are.
Drone says, "Good evening, people." That's
Hello,
Norm.
Norm. Norman Bright.
No, indeed.
He's been flying with an owl.
Right, so I think we're going to take a short break from the videos because it's nearly that time, isn't it?
Yes.
That came up quick.
It did indeed.
Yeah.
That's what she said at the company picnic.
Oh, did imagine a joke I heard on one
You
television.
walked right into it, Terry.
It did.
I
Right,
did.
so, on that note.
And now it's time for Terry's Joke of the Week.
I've got two jokes tonight, and the second one might just get me banned.
Nah.
Anyway, two businessmen in Telford town centre. Telford, that's a town in England, Marcus. Were sitting down for a break in their soon-to-be new shop. As yet, the shop wasn't ready, with only a few shelves set up. One said to the other, "I bet any minute now, some pensioner is going to walk by, put their face to the window, and ask what we're selling." No sooner had he had those words to come out of his mouth when, curious enough, an old lady walks in looks in the window, taps on the door, walked in, and in a soft voice she said, "What are you selling here?" And one of the men replied sarcastically, "We're selling arseholes." Without skipping a beat, the old dear said, "You must be doing well. There's only 2 left." Joke number 2. Now, if I start laughing, you've got to bear with me. A man in a crowded bar needed to defecate, but he couldn't find a bathroom. So he crept upstairs and used a hole in the floor. Returning, he found everybody had gone except the bartender, who was cowering behind the bar. When the man asked what had happened, the bartender replied, "Where were you when the shit hit the fan?"
Terry's joke of the week.
Oh my!
Hey, is that Jackie's laughter?
No, it's not. It's a computer thing.
Oh, when I saw that, I just had to. I think I couldn't stop laughing.
I love it. Right, well, on that note, another video. Just wanted to chase something.
Oh, wait, before you start it,
Yep.
I wanted to add some captions in it and then decided not to. I saved the edit and then I posted it on YouTube unlisted because in case I wanted to do something, and then I decided not. But in the video, it shows, it says something about listen and you will hear something that will get your attention. And that's when I heard a jet skier in the distance really just really screaming. So that took my attention away from the boat and more on the jet ski. And this guy was hauling, and it shows my drone. I'm flying a manual. It shows my drone going like this, and then it goes a little bit more like this to try and catch up, and then it shows me going like this, and it shows me going like this, and it's still not catching him. It goes like this, and what am I? Oh, that's not my shirt. That's my shirt. I saw Terry's. I'm like, what the heck? Anyway, I did finally catch it. At the very end, it was one more heave ho, lean it forward, give it lots of throttle, and I finally catch up to it, hand with him for about 5 seconds. That's all I needed, and I was gone.
Right.
Yeah.
I really wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life. I never really put up a fight, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Listen to me as I slow it down. Can tell yours if you want it. Take the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. Slow it down. Can tell yours if you want it. Take the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. I never left a stone unturned, trying to find some love in this crazy world. I felt like I was never hurt. All I wanted was to be loved. All I wanted was to be loved. Tell yours if you want. You're right, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. Slow it down.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. So, Bernie, just out of curiosity, at the fastest, how fast do you reckon the drone was actually going? Speed-wise?
It had to be 60 plus, maybe 65. I don't know how fast the jet skis were going, but I kept pushing.
You
I wasn't pushing. And at the very end, you can see one more give it a go, and I finally caught up to him. But I was also not flying straight. I was flying kind of cocked a little bit because he was off to the side. Now I had to stay away from the spray.
I was actually waiting for that guy sitting down on the jetty there. I was waiting for the jet ski to go past him and splash him. I thought that's Bernie sitting there.
Yeah, that was me.
It didn't dawn me at first.
So at the very end of the chase of the jet ski, he was over a mile away. So that was
wow.
And I'm sitting low. He's at water level. I was probably at 15 feet. So that was out there.
Right.
So
that drone you was flying there, are they sort of ready built or these ones?
Well, that was the DJI FPV.
Oh, it was.
So that and it'll do, I think, close to 90 or like 89 miles an hour with no hack or anything.
I think it was
tailwind, you can a little faster.
I think Windswept Robert, I think he clocked about 99. I'm sure he got to about 99 miles.
Might have had a little tailwind. Oh, it's a neat drone. It's my go-to for when I'm going into a new location the first time and afraid of what signal might be like.
Yeah.
The other stuff I have is analog and it's very susceptible to interference. That makes it exciting.
What sort of speed can you get? Not speed. What sort of distance can you get on not the FPV drone?
That varies. The ones I have are about a mile.
Right.
About a mile.
So you'd been pushing
under ideal.
You'd been pushing the limits with that, wouldn't you?
Really? Yeah, I would have to be elevated to nothing in front of me, like trees or a good, nice, clean shot. My antenna's facing that way. About a mile.
Bernie, where do you find your music for your videos?
Epidemic Sound. That is one. That's copyright free. I think the subscription, it was 15 when I started, but now it's, I think, like 17 a month. But unlimited downloads. I get a lot of music from iTunes. I have to pay for it.
Yeah.
And those are usually copyrighted, but YouTube lets me use them. I can't monetize them. The copyright owner would make money.
Yeah.
If my video makes any money, they get it.
Yeah.
I believe that was Billie Eilish on that last video, right?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Wasn't it? Okay, it sounded like her. Anyway,
it might be in the video link description. I could check and fill you in. But my son, we're listening to a lot of kind of new music. And it not very much words, or the words are so masked behind the beat that you almost don't hear them, so you can use them. It's hard to use music with words in it because it might not be appropriate or fit whatever you're trying to showcase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was using Epidemic, but it went up too much. And I thought, you know what, I can't justify it. I'm not making enough videos. I mean, Jackie, I mean, I know you do, but I mean, $17.99 to me,
I signed up for it because it said like the monthly price. I thought, that's not too bad a month. And then it took the blooming lot out of it for the year. It's like, oh.
What Jeannie was saying there,
if they charged you for a year?
Yeah, they did it. They showed you the price per month, but it took it out all in one hit.
I think you have to tick a box. Didn't you have to tick a box monthly or year?
That box.
If you Jeannie was saying though, if you do it for a year, the monthly works out cheaper.
Oh well, at least I've done that then. But
hey Steve, now with what Bernie was saying about how if it's vocalized, the words have to fit whatever you're doing. So I know you're a big Elton John fan, Steve.
I love Elton John.
So if you are ever flying your drone around your wife, don't put the bitches back on audio for that.
Well, we should do that
That
one.
wouldn't be good. You get in trouble. You get in big trouble. Ask me how I know.
Then the next would be Saturday night's all right
All
for
right for
fighting.
fighting, that's it. Yeah, 'cause that they follow each other. Right, okay. Well, we're getting close to.
I know you're an Elton John fan, Steve.
I love all music, me.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Thanks for showcasing my videos. I appreciate you guys having me. Thank you very much.
Just want
Thank
to
you for
say,
coming on the show.
check out Bernie's channel,
Yeah.
Aerial BD.
Ariel BD.
Or
All the videos and more that help. You can check out
Right
the videos.
there.
Because obviously,
It's right there.
as I always say, we only show sort of mediocre quality videos in as far as the actual quality of the video. So obviously, go on Bernie's channel, you see him in full glorious whatever he's filmed them in. So do that anyway.
thank you very much.
Bernie, thanks ever so much for joining us again. It's good to see you as always. And well, we'll do it all again next week, shall we, guys?
Okay. All right, you guys all have a good week.
And you too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.